March, Book 3, by John Lewis and Andrew Aydin. Pages 228 through 246. March 21st, Selma, Alabama. At the front of the march, it felt like everyone was there. Dick Gregory, Hosea Williams, Dr. King, Coretta King, A. Philip Randolph, Ralph Bunch, Andy Young, Ralph Abernathy, Juanita Abernathy, Jim Foreman, Rabbi Abraham Heschel. There goes God. Wallace, it's all over now. I believe in you. I believe in democracy. We covered 7 miles the first day. That night, the marchers made the most of their evening together. I would walk the entire 54-mile route, but I had to spend each night back in Selma, with a doctor nearby in case something went wrong with my head. We covered 16 miles the next day. It was a marvel of organizing, keeping everyone together, properly fed, and safe. Pick 'em up and lay 'em down. On Tuesday, the weather was miserable, but no one complained. No one fell back. We covered 11 miles that day. All the way from Selma town. Sometimes when we'd stop to regroup, reporters would ask me how I was feeling or what I thought of some particular response to the march. John, what do you think of the resolution passed by the Alabama State Legislature accusing the marchers of fornication in their tents? All these segregationists can think of is fornication, and that is why we have so many different shades of Negroes. We covered 16 more miles the next day, making camp just a few miles from the capital. As night fell, the scene turned into a celebration, a festival. Harry Belafonte organized a concert with dozens of celebrities and entertainers. Nina Simone, Tony Bennett, Sammy Davis Jr., Billy Eckstein, Leonard Bernstein, Joan Baez, and Peter, Paul, and Mary. It was a spectacle, a salute to Selma. March 25th, Montgomery, Alabama. This is a revolution that won't fire a shot. We'll come to love the hell out of the state of Alabama. For the final rally, Ralph Abernathy managed the platform. We will now have Mrs. Amelia Boynton read to you a petition. Mrs. Boynton, from Selma, Alabama. Petition. To the Honorable George D. Wallace, Agent of God, Citizen of the United States, and Governor of the State of Alabama. We have come to represent the Negro citizens of Alabama as freedom-loving people from all over the United States and the world. We have come not only 5 days and 50 miles, but we have come from 3 centuries of trouble and hardship. We must have the right to vote. We must have equal protection under the law and an end to police brutality. When it was my turn to speak, I let it all out. 5 years of beatings and arrests bubbling out of my soul. My fellow freedom fighters, as a native of Troy, Alabama, just 50 miles from here, I'm happy to be able to stand here and share this great moment in history. We are involved in a nonviolent war. We are involved in a nonviolent revolution. We don't have guns. We don't have missiles. We don't have tear gas. The only thing we have is our bodies, our tired feet, the same feet that brought us from Selma to Montgomery in our weary bodies. Will take us to victory right here in the state of Alabama. The First Lady of the movement, who in 1955, on December the 1st, would not get up when everyone else was getting up to give her seat to a white man. Mrs. Rosa Parks. All of you wonderful freedom fighters, my brothers, my sisters, and my children, because I have been called the mother of all this, you see before you now a victim of all that has been perpetrated against one, to make us less than human. Over the course of the last few days in Selma, actually, I almost lost the faith. So many people told me not to come here, seeing what had happened in Selma, armed only with love. However, I came here with hope and faith, and you have given me back that faith today. I want to present to you now the greatest leader of our generation, the greatest leader of the 20th century, my closest and abiding friend, Martin Luther King. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 gave Negroes some part of their rightful dignity, But without the vote, it was dignity without strength. Once more, the method of non-violent resistance was unsheathed from its scabbard, and once again an entire community was mobilized to confront the adversary. I know you are all asking today, how long will it take? I have come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed to earth will rise again. How long? Not long, because no lie can live forever. I wish I could say it ended there. I wish I could say that the violence, the threats, the murders all stopped after Dr. King spoke. None of it stopped. Viola Luiso was a 39-year-old mother from Detroit who had come to Alabama after Bloody Sunday. After the rally at the Capitol, she and Leroy Moten, a 19-year-old activist from Dallas County, began shuttling volunteers back to Selma. On their way back to Montgomery to pick up another carload of volunteers, they realized they were being followed. The pursuers pulled up alongside Luiso's driver's side window and fired a single shot into her head, killing her. 4.5 months after that day, on August 6th, after a long journey through both houses of Congress, the 1965 Voting Rights Act was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson. I was invited to meet privately with the President in the Oval Office the morning before the Voting Rights Act signing ceremony. This was my first visit to the White House since the March on Washington, and my first one-on-one visit with the President. Johnson dominated the conversation for about 20 minutes. Now, John, you gotta go back and get all these folks registered. And you gotta go back and get those boys, just like a bull gets a cow. You gotta get them, and you gotta squeeze them till they hurt. At the signing ceremony that afternoon in the Capitol, in the shadow of Abraham Lincoln, I felt different. I was deeply moved, yes, but I felt something change, something shift. Today is a triumph for freedom as huge as any victory that has ever been won on any battlefield. Today, the Negro story and the American story fuse and bind. This law covers many pages, but the heart of the law is plain. Wherever, by clear and objective standards, states and counties are using regulations or laws or tests to deny the right to vote, then they will be struck down. If it is still clear that state officials still intend to discriminate, then federal examiners will be sent in to register all eligible voters. If any county in this nation does not want federal intervention, it need only open its polling places to all of its people. The vote is the most powerful instrument ever devised by man for breaking down injustice and destroying the terrible walls which imprison men because they are different from other men. Today, what is perhaps the last of the legal barriers is tumbling. There will be many actions and many difficulties before the rights woven into law are also woven into the fabric of our nation. But the struggle for equality must now move toward a different battlefield. That day was the end of a very long road. Come on round here. It was the last day of the movement, as I knew it. Washington, D.C., 6:38 p.m., January 20th, 2009. Come inside, it's too cold. I'm just going to take care of a few things and then we can go eat. Where are we going to eat? Yeah, where? Oh, we're going to a little Chinese restaurant around the corner. Hi, John. It's Ted Kennedy calling. I know it's early, but I was up. Couldn't sleep. I was thinking of you. I was thinking of you and Martin. I was thinking about the years of work, the bloodshed, the people who didn't live to see this day. I was thinking about Jack and Bobby. Are you ready for today? I'm ready. It's not going to be like yesterday. There's no way it could be, Andrew. Yesterday was something else. But you know, I was thinking. About what? I was thinking about that comic book idea. Oh yeah? Yes, we should do it. We've got to get to work. We'll have to find a great artist, someone who can make the word sing. You're serious? Ring! Yeah, I'm serious. We have to tell the story. People are going to laugh at us. They're going to say you've lost your mind. It won't be the first time, sonny boy.